I'm gonna tell you guys, or the one person that's watching this, I'm gonna tell you about my horrible fucking experience with Frontier Airlines. Okay, so I went on vacation with my boyfriend Marcus a couple months ago, back in August, and we went to California. And the flight there was okay, like it was fine. But like, if someone asked me, would you take that trip over again? Like, and changed nothing, like nothing changed, would you do it over again? And the only thing that would stop me from doing that trip all over again was the flight home. It was fucking horrible. It was horrible. It's a very tiny plane. It's not like teeny tiny, like it felt like, I guess it's like a large plane, but like it was only like, it wasn't like a 3-row airline or like the 2-story airline or whatever the fuck you call it. Like it wasn't like an international airplane, so it wasn't big. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like if someone farted fucking 20 seats down from you, you'd fucking smell it. Cause that's how fucking tiny the fucking like the plane itself was long, but it was like this. And I'm already claustrophobic as it is. Like, God forbid. Like, God forbid my boyfriend tries to, like, put his leg on me. I'm like, ugh, get off. And, like, already being in such a little tiny airplane. I mean, like, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't tiny. It was just, like, so, like I said, like, God forbid someone farted 20 seats down from you. You'd fucking smell it like there was no fucking tomorrow. And so... And there's only 2 bathrooms, and I think most planes only have 2 bathrooms. I don't really know. I've never been on a giant plane. I am not rich in any circumstance, so... But, I don't know, I'm pretty sure most planes have 2 bathrooms. One in the front, one in the back. And, God, I don't know if I was just lucky, or if... I don't know. But thank God I did not get seated in the back of the plane. Because sometimes, like, if you go on your flight, like, if you, like, prepay for your flight, which is what most people do, you can pick out your seats. And then you sit there when you get on your flight. And then there's those people that don't pick out their seats, and so they get seated wherever there's an open seating. And so I didn't do that. I picked my seat beforehand, which luckily enough was like right behind first class. So we were at the front of the plane, like the very, like there was like 2 or 3 rows of first class. And like, let me tell you, the first class on that plane is a load of booty. Like literally the only fucking difference is that their chair is black and it reclines. That's it. Like, they don't get special treatment. Like, they don't get anything. Like literally, like, on the way back to my flight, like, on the way back home, and I can't remember if they did this on, like, going to California on my flight there, but I know for a fact, like, on the way back home, because I was in Zone 1, seat D. Yeah. Because, like, they have the numbers on one side and then the alphabet on the other side, I think. And I was in seat D. So I was, because, like, A, B, and C, and 1, 2, 3 were the first 3 rows of first class. And then there's the rest. And then I was 1 row behind the first class. And it kind of sucked being back there. Like, being, like, 1 row behind them because their seats recline and yours do not. So the person next to me, well the person next to me was Marcus, but the person in front of Marcus had his seat reclined all the way back, so Marcus literally had like this much fucking space. I felt so bad for him. But like, that's not even the worst part. Okay, but anyways, so, like, let me get to, like, the beginning of the story, because I'm, like, completely sidetracking and, like, just nitpicking all the little things that I just hated about that flight. Okay. So, let's get to where, oh, I was saying that on the first zone. Zone 1. Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember what I was saying now. Okay, so when they call you by zone. They don't call you by numbers or by letters. They call you like zone 1, zone 2, or zone 3, so on. And I was in zone 1. And of course, like everyone in first class, up to row F, I think, or D, me. But anyways, I was in zone 1. So of course, I was the first one on the plane. And the thing is, like, they don't say first class or this or that or like disabled, like it was so fucking weird, and they're supposed to fucking do that. Like, I've been on a plane before, they say anyone with like disabilities or blah blah blah. They did that, they even did that on the fucking flight there. They were like, oh, okay, anyone in the first class, come on, anyone with disabilities, come on. And like then they call by zone. And then so they didn't do that on this flight home. They just said zone 1, please come to the front and start boarding your plane, which I thought was weird. And so I was the first one on. I just thought it was weird that they didn't do like first class or like disabled. I don't know, but it was weird. Anyway, so let's like start with the actual fucking story. So I get on the like little thing, like I get through security, and oh my god, security line was horrible. It's like 7 o'clock at night. I didn't think an airport would be busy at this hour. I don't know. I don't fly all the fucking time. I actually don't like flying. It scares me. I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of flying over the ocean. And I'm scared of vomit. I am shitlessly fucking terrified of vomit. That is my worst fucking fear. And it came to life on that fucking flight, man. My 3 worst fears: flying, heights, and vomit came to life on the fucking plane. It was horrible. So, what I did, or what they did, I'm gonna cut that out. So, I go through security, and already I see the lines like 2 hours long to get through security. I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is a fucking nightmare. So we finally get through the security, and like we go into the gates and stuff like that, and we just sit there and wait for our flight. And I have like my little like neck pillow. It's like a little panda. It's so cute. Okay, so I got that at like this like little like Japanese like supermarket in California. I think it's called like Daiso Japanese or something like that. I don't know, it's Daiso Japan, something like that. And but yeah, so like I had that like little thing like on my neck and shit. So I'm like getting prepared for the flight and stuff, and the first thing that like kind of like set me off was that everyone else's gate, like all like 58 fucking gates in the place, were closed, and like theirs didn't open until they started boarding, which is what they're supposed to do. Like when people get off the plane, like that's when they open the gates. But like ours was open from the minute we got there, 2 hours before our flight was supposed to take off, which I thought was so fucking weird. Cause like you could feel the humidity from out, like you could feel the heat from outside. It was so gross and it was so offsetting, like it worried me. Like I thought there was something wrong with the plane or something. Like that was like the first thing that was kind of like really weird to me. And so I kind of just like, you know, brushed it off, whatever. And then so 2 hours passed by. I'm like, you know, like walking up and down the fucking gate. LAX is so fucking boring. It's so tiny. It's such a tiny fucking airport. There's nothing to do there. But like if you go to the Orlando airport, which is pretty big actually, it's like twice the size of LAX. It's so much better. There's so much more to do. But anyways, so I'm just like walking up and down the gates and stuff like that, and then people finally like start to get off the plane, but we're not boarding it. And then I see these group of people just like chowing down on food, just like fucking going ham. And like I noticed that they were like sitting in my area of like where my flight was, which like kind of worried me. It's gonna be alright. And so, okay, and God, so I see them like chowing down and eating and shit, and like our flight finally starts to board, and like they like didn't call like first class, they didn't call disabled, they just only called zone 1. That was it. Just zone 1, zone 2, so on. Which I thought was like, can you not? Thanks. So anyways, we go on, and of course, since they didn't call disabled first, we had to wait for all the disabled people to get on, and they were all in like different zones. So like they had to like sit there and wait for assistance, and they were backing up the line. It was just completely unorganized. And so I go on I'm like sitting down, blah blah blah, and then I see workers like going like up and down the aisles. I see them going all around the plane. Like this didn't happen on the plane right there. This hasn't ever happened in any plane that I've ever fucking been in. Like seeing like construction workers or whatever the fuck they are go like walking up and down the aisles, like looking at everything, like looking like kind of like they had like worrisome on their face. Like I saw the pilot walking up and down the fucking aisle, and it was just so weird to me. And so I was just like, whatever. I kind of like brushed it off, and then everything like gets like settled in, and then the pilot comes on over the intercom, and then he was like there are some technical difficulties with the bathroom, so we will not be able to use them until we are like some like couple thousand feet into the air or whatever, until like we are like submerged fully in the air, and like until like we're like at like a steady pace, we're not like going up still, we're just like at this point going like this. And he was like, you will not also be able to use it while we're landing. And so, which kind of like I didn't really care, because I don't fuck with airplane bathrooms. I don't fuck with any kind of public bathroom. They're disgusting. And this just like confirmed it. Like this just confirms why they're so fucking gross. And so literally, I fucking shit you not. Fucking shit you fucking not. Within 5 minutes of the fucking, oh yeah, and on top of that, our fucking flight was delayed while we were inside the plane. So we had to sit there for like 30 minutes before the plane even, like everyone was like settled in, everyone was like ready to fucking pass out. It's like 10 o'clock at this point, because like we got there at like 7, our flight wasn't until like, no, it was 10:40. We sat, like we got there at 7, our flight wasn't until 10:40, and so we didn't take off till like 11 something. So our flight was delayed by 30 minutes while we were inside, because they were having technical difficulties with the plane, and that really fucking scared me. So and then like that's when he came out and said that there was something wrong with the bathroom, no one's gonna be able to use it until we're like completely like just like going at a steady pace. And then, which I didn't really care about. And then right before we took off, the pilot came on the intercom and said, we also have newcomers that have never flown before. And then all of them stand up, like they're all in the back of the plane, and they all stand up and start like clapping for each other, and there's like fucking 20 of them. And they're all just like, and woo! And there's like 20 of them, they're just like all like clapping for each other, and coincidentally, it's the same fucking people that I saw chowing fucking down on the fucking meals. Like really fucking scared me for numerous reasons. I'm like getting mad just like retelling the story and like reliving it. So they're like all like clapping for each other and stuff like that, and then everyone like starts like clapping for them, and I kind of like got worried at that point, because it was the same people I saw fucking chowing down on those fucking meals. And I fucking shit you not, it takes a few minutes to actually get like fully submerged into the air. And when I say like fully submerged into the air, is it like the right term to use? I don't fucking know. And so like when it takes a bit to get like fully like at that steady pace. And so fucking shit you not, within 5 minutes of taking off, 5 fucking minutes of taking off, the pilot comes on the intercom and says, I understand that you guys are uncomfortable and that this isn't, you know, the best flight that we've had. I understand this is your first time on the plane, but please do not puke in the sink or on the floor. That's fucking disgusting. You don't puke in the fucking sink. Who does that? That's nasty. I get it. It's like it's your first time on a flight or whatever, but like that doesn't fucking mean you can puke in the sink. Like that's nasty. You don't fucking do that. And they puked on the floor, and so now the back bathroom can't be used at all. So now everyone has to come to the front of the fucking plane to puke. And then after that, like literally like a shit, you know, like within like an hour later, someone pukes in the aisle. Someone pukes in the fucking bathroom in the front. It's a fucking puke fest in here, man. Everyone's fucking puking. We're flying over the ocean. I'm scared of heights and everyone's fucking puking and I can smell it. I can hear it. Ah! It's so fucking gross. Fuck, man. Like thinking about it, it was just, oh, it was such a horrible flight. And I'm just like sitting here. I'm just like sitting here with my fucking thing, just like kind of like, cause like I had a window seat, so I'm just like sitting here like this in the window seat, just like is it over yet? And the worst part about this, do you want to know the worst part about this? They didn't offer me ginger ale or any snacks at all. I was hungry. I had nothing to eat on that plane for 5 hours and 45 minutes. Do you know how miserable that was? So we finally get off the plane. I'm like running for my fucking life at this point. Like I fucking got all my shit together and I was the first one off that fucking plane. Like I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't care less even if... I couldn't care less about those people even if I tried to. I was like so done with this fucking plane. It was the most horrible fucking plane ride I've ever fucking had in my entire life. And on top of that, so we get down to like the gate, or not the gate. So we get out of the gate, we go to like pick up our luggage, and as everyone else is like coming down out of the plane and like going to pick up their luggage, we're sitting there waiting around like the giant belt thing that spins around your luggage. And we sat there for 2 hours. We didn't get off the plane until 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I did not get an ounce of fucking sleep. Like I've been up for, at this point, like 20 hours now. Like I am so tired. I did not get an ounce of fucking sleep because all I fucking smelled was shit and vomit on that plane. Because all I smelled and heard was shit and vomit on that fucking plane. And it was the worst fucking plane ride I've ever had, on top of standing there waiting for your fucking luggage for 2 fucking hours. Like, is that necessary? Like, you couldn't just Here's your luggage. Yeah, my camera just turned off. Why? Is it necessary? What possesses you to make people wait 2 hours for the fucking luggage when they just want to go home? And on top of that horrible, horrible flight, Marcus's dad picks us up. And don't get me wrong, there's like nothing wrong with his dad, but there's nothing wrong with him. He's a great guy. He's just kind of annoying. And so I'm just like sitting here. I'm so tired. I just got off the worst fucking flight of my fucking life. And I get in the car and I am bombarded with questions about how the flight was. I'm like, dude, Marcus, can you please just answer all these questions? I really don't feel like talking right now. I'm tired. I am in a shitty fucking mood. If I even try to talk to anyone, I'll just give them straight up attitude. I'll fucking tell you to fuck off. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to any humans right now. And so I'm just like sitting in the backseat of the car, just like sprawled out, trying to go to sleep. And then he pops the question to me. He says, so you going to work? Am I going to work? Why? Why? I don't wanna. Because Marcus's dad is my boss. And I work at a pizza place called Pizza 1905. You should go there. It's really good pizza. It's New York style pizza. If you're from New York, bitch, you like it. Anyways, so he's like, so you going to work? I was like, why? He was like, well, because we didn't schedule anyone else but you. I was like, you knew I was on this overnight flight. Marcus just told you how horrible the flight was, and I didn't get an hour's sleep. And you want me to go to work? For 7 hours? I don't wanna. I didn't argue with him. I wasn't gonna argue with him. I just like laid there. I was like, sure. Yeah, sure, I'll go. I won't get any sleep. So at that point, I was up for over 24 hours. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh my god, I was up for 24 hours. Like, I'm sure people are up for much longer than that. I mean, like, oh my god, it was just such a stressful 24 hours. And on top of that, like, we couldn't like leave our luggage at the airport. I mean, I'm sure you could have, but the thing is, you would have had to like leave it like in plain sight for just someone to take, and I wasn't about to do that, and nor was I about to drive 45 minutes to get to the airport to do that and waste $50 on Uber and then $50 to get back. So we had to leave our luggage in the hotel lobby, like behind the front desk, because our flight wasn't until 10:41, and we had to be checked out of the hotel at like 10 o'clock. So that was another stressful thing, was that wherever we went, like, we couldn't just go to the airport. Like, we had to come back for our luggage, which was in Huntington because that's where we were staying. So that concludes my horrible fucking flight with Frontier, and I will never fly. On top of that, oh my god, I forgot to mention this. They didn't have TV, they didn't have Wi-Fi, they didn't even offer you headphones. Like most normal flights, like JetBlue or Delta or Spirit. I've never flown Spirit, so I don't know. But JetBlue, Delta, and like all those other fucking airlines, normal airlines that offer you Wi-Fi and TV. Frontier doesn't fucking do that shit. And I will never fly Frontier again. Ever. It was a horrible experience and I will never do it again. Okay. Now I'm sad again. Bye. I forgot to do something that, you know, every single YouTuber does, and I'm not really a YouTuber yet, so make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Bye! I keep forgetting to tell you guys stuff. Okay, so I filmed a pumpkin carving video with Marcus yesterday, and like if I get that uploaded, which I probably will, I don't know, it won't, like I won't have another video for a while probably if I upload my Frontier video. I don't know because I don't have a laptop and I'm currently trying to save for one, but he has a MacBook at his house, but I don't want to like intrude and like just be over his house just to edit. I don't know, I just feel like that's kind of rude. So probably won't have a video up for a minute until I get a laptop. Bye.